Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Lois and welcome back to SevTech Ages. In the last episode, we got a little bit distracted going back to the Twilight Forest. We were heading there to go get prismarine shards so that we could make a sea lantern for an old advancement and ended up spending an entire episode in there. Kind of happened. I haven't gone back in there, so I haven't went and farmed up the rest of the Charm of Keepings or found a red cap sapper. Like I said I was going to last episode, I just didn't feel like it. Because today we're going to spend the entire episode in the Betweenlands. But before we do, there's a couple things we got to do. And one thing I want to show off, I've started building up the windmill for our windmill. So the actual building that's going to house it. And I decided we're going to go pretty simple. We're going to go with dark oak and just cobblestone. So I've been working on that a little bit, but then I kind of got tired of building. Oh man, sometimes it's just, you got to be in the mood for that kind of stuff. But what I'm in the mood for is adventure. And so that's what we're going to do today. Now, before we head back to the Betweenlands, one, I upgraded a couple of chests because, oh my gosh, we got so much stuff. So I had to get more space for tools and weapons as well as the Twilight Forest stuff. But before we head into the Betweenlands, I want to make a handful of things. How do I make sticks? Do we have to use a chopping block? We do. That's annoying. Alright, let's make some weedwood sticks. I don't think I have any just lying around. I didn't see any in here. And don't think we had any there. Okay, so we're going to go make some weedwood sticks because I want to make some tools just in case the tinker stuff doesn't work. And we'll test that a little bit. But what we're going to be doing mostly is caving. So it's going to be fun. There is a lot of nasty things in the Betweenlands, and the Betweenlands is probably one of the creepiest areas that's not, like, super creepy. I also don't know too much about it, so to be honest, this is going to be a bit of an adventure. One of these years, I will bring these guys up, all of them up to the mountain. We have all these totems. I mean, I think I just got resistance. We should get speed, yeah, slowness, lots of things. We have all the buffalo. I need to just take all these guys up there and actually have a spot for them. But with a few sticks, we can go ahead and start making some of the things that I want to make. The first thing is going to be an axe. Pretty simple. We're going to make an axe. We're also going to make a new pickaxe because our old one is probably going to break. And definitely could be a little bit better. Does the mining speed change? No, it does not. Okay. It is just the other stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead and get that all chopped down. I don't think we'll need to make any torches, but we can if we need to. But we are going to make a full set of tools just to make our lives a little bit easier. And I am going to take some other stuff with us, but for the most part, we're going to go in fairly bare. Okay, so I need to stop clicking that so he can continue. But yeah, so we're going to go to the Betweenlands. One of the big things that we're looking for is Skymorite ingots, which we can get from Skymar Ore, which is underground. And there's also a lot of things underground we have to deal with. Alright, so there's some sticks. Cool. So hopefully we can do that and all that kind of fun stuff. Now the nice thing is we swim really, really fast due to astral sorcery. So that is going to help us get around and not have to worry about boats or anything like that. While the boats in the Betweenlands are really cool, if we don't have to use it, it'd be better. Now, one last thing before we go, blood magic. I want to just see, oops, how much? 5,000. Okay, that should be enough. So I just wanted to see how much blood we have in the network so that we can, you know, use our blood lamp a little bit more. But yeah, let's head back to the Betweenlands. It's been a while since we've gone in here. I also need to grab a shield. We can also make a shield if we so choose. But honestly, I think the bronze shield we've been using forever will work just fine. I don't think the shields are affected. We do have to worry about decay. That is something I kind of forgot about. And I believe the food... I hate these little silk crabs. I believe the food aspect is... not really much of a thing. Alright, we need some balls of sap. We need to eat this. Very quickly. Some frogs. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been in here. But let's go ahead and chop this tree down completely, just so we can get all of these balls of sap, so that we can prevent decay. Decay is really bad, and I don't want to die because of that. So yeah, let's make sure we get all of that. This place is so creepy. There is a couple more trees. It looks like I destroyed a lot of that tree as well. And I'm not going to worry about climbing up. I don't care if it looks nice or not. I just want... Mire snails. I just want plenty of these balls of sap. We also got a sap tree sapling. You know what? Let's go ahead and clear this one out. So, yeah, welcome back to the Betweenlands. It's been a while. We need to deal with this swamp. There's a couple things I'd like to get. One of the big ones, like I said, was the ore. We also need to find a ring of ascent, basically a flight ring, so that we can make the advanced mapping apple. But again, that is something we don't have to do, but I want to try, because why not? Be more fun. Plus it allows me to put off, okay, everything's gone up there. It allows me to put off the whole, immersive engineering stuff for a little bit longer. Alright, let's grab all of this stuff. There is still one more log. Okay, so we have well over a stack of... Gosh, it's always so hard to see in here. Of the sap. Now, before we do too much more, I do want to try a couple things. But yeah, so usually in this mod... we're also going to go ahead and plant a new tree. And I need to figure out where my base was. I had a little bit of a base. And before we do too much more, I do want to see if the fiery broadsword works against these guys. It seems to. Seems to work just fine, as well as our speedy swim. So it is really hard to see, but there is our bridge. Oh my gosh, I hate these crabs, although they are a good source of food. So here is our tiny little base. Have some, oh cool, we have found some weeping blue petals. Now these will also allow us to get rotten food. Looks like the berries rotted. Interesting. So we can also get, no. What rotted? Nothing rotted. I don't know. That's weird. So yeah, we can get, there's a lot of things we can do. Let's figure out how we want everything to be. I think we can use our normal tools. We'll see how the pickaxe works. But there's a lot of custom things. So basically, I believe a lot of the rotted food stuff is turned off. I had a bit of a cave downward, I thought. I was trying to dig downwards a little bit, but I don't remember. This is so creepy. And if I did, I don't remember where it was. Geckos. Right here. Here we go. Now, okay. It would seem that we can use any tool in here. So there's a lot of config options. Oh, that's so much better. And we can even light things up so you guys can see a little bit better as well. But we are now in the caverns. And yeah, we just need to go downwards. I don't remember. Haha, we did find a cave. So somewhere down here, one, this is Sulfur Ore, which is fairly nice. And these are very large caves. Well then. Let's... Oh right, we have the Astral Sorcery ability is also activating, which is again really cool. I believe that's stalactites. Yeah, this is really neat. And also incredibly creepy. I hear something. I don't like noises. This is creepy. This is so creepy. Cave moss. Not sure what that is. Aha. There was a swamp hag, I do believe. But yeah, this is really cool. I like it. This is really cool and at the same time incredibly creepy. But we got what we came for. The Skymar Ore is going to be what we need for that. So we could just go ahead and search around the above land for other things. And I think that might be what we actually do. Let's get our shield. Let's see. We've got to grab our shield just in case. Yeah, that goes really far down. Oh my gosh, that goes far down. I can't even see that far. Now, granted, I don't have my render distance all that high because this series really strains my computer. I will get new RAM relatively soon, hopefully, but yeah, this is so creepy. The caverns are huge. And I believe there's also going to be a lot of... I do want to be careful about things and whatnot. And I want to explore just a little bit. There's some slimy bones. Yeah, we're gonna use the nightly. 5. Yeah, we're gonna use our normal tools because I think the Tinker's tools work just fine here. Typically, normal tools do not work, so your regular iron and all that stuff will not work. That kind of scared me, not gonna lie. But hopefully, gosh, this is so creepy. But I think our Tinker stuff works just fine. All right, yeah, this is huge. And I'm even starting to get a little bit, like, confused. Those are thorns. Thorns are usually not that good. Now, an interesting thing. We have all this octane, which I think we got from exploring on the surface. But there is the Skymar Ore, which is actually... used for armor. So you cannot use the Octane Ingots to make armor at all. Did I get that? Okay. Must have. Can we break the lichen? No. I'm surprised we haven't seen more enemies. And as I say that, I'm sure we're gonna get mobbed. But big veins of like andesite. Is this limestone? Okay, so I've heard about this. That is some octane ingots. This looks like such a trap, but it's not. So yeah, the octane ore is only usable for making like the... There's some more octane. Is only usable for making tools and weapons, whereas you have to... Okay, I heard that guy. Aha. Cool. We killed our first swamp hag. That is a crawbat. Crawlma? And he dropped some rotten food. Cool. That was creepy. Those are bigger than I thought they'd be. Alright, we're gonna back up. I do not like noises. Oh boy, this area is so creepy. And a lot of it is just because you cannot see. Oh man, I can't even tell where things are coming from. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh. Right. You are... You are a bad, bad thing. God, I hate the sounds. Oh man, this is a really well-made mod, but oh my gosh, is it terrifying. Let's grab some more Octane. And let's try to get out of here. I am learning a little bit what everything sounds like, though. Which is good. And we're just gonna spam some of the stuff because we need to. Oh man, I don't want to mess around with the rights if I can help it. Alright, so if we work our way generally upwards, we'll hopefully find our way back out of here. But if I have to light up the area, then I had never been there. Okay, I know where we're at. We can get out of here now. Our little exit is right here. I should mark it a little bit. I hear something. There's a new sound. Let's get out of here. Whew. That was creepy. But we got what we came after. So let's go ahead and store some stuff up. We got 17 Skymar ingots. You know what? We can... Let's grab... I don't know why we're getting rotten food, by the way. It's completely useless. But this place is so creepy. The rights are one of the enemies that I believe have a fairly small chance of dropping the things we need. Let's get those on the bar so our stuff regens. And something else, let's go ahead and put the Atlas in our hotbar. And I'm going to mark the portal, because I don't think I ever have. And we're going to just put a mark right here that says portal out. And we're also going to mark our little home base in the tree. And then we're going to be dumb. We're going to go explore. Actually, after we do some other things. So, yeah, today's episode is going to be a lot of... Actually, let's take a look real quick at advancements. Discover some ruins, find a giant weedwood tree, enter a stronghold, loot 10 pots of chance, crag rock tower, obtain all the rings. Alright. Craft a dual furnace. Okay, we'll start working on some of that stuff here soon. We have access to a lot more things now. Yeah, I never did grab too much of the... Let's do this. Put that in there. What I want to do... I can't believe I'm going to say this. I think I want to go back down. So we can grab some more sulfur ore. So we need to make a dual sulfur furnace. So we need a sulfur furnace. Oh, it's just literally between stone. Okay. Let's go ahead and make a sulfur furnace and then a dual sulfur furnace. And I think this is a very tiny tree. I don't know why we have our base in here. Yeah, we can't even like go up. What happens if we go down? Now that we can do. Let's grab some ladders. This is really, really strange. And we just do something like this. And if we can go down one more, that would be nice. That is going to be a temporary light source. So let's put a more permanent one. And I'm going to be a little bit risky. Haha, we can get a little bit more space. Okay, cool. So this will be fine. We'll put another one over here. You know, I bet our normal tools would be better. Okay. So expanding our base. And cool. We can put another light there. Okay, this is cool. So can we make another chest? We need the planks. Alright, that'll work. So we got the advancement for the dual furnace, right? Freebies. Obtain extra ingots using Limestone Flux. Alright. Limestone Flux will need limestone and a mortar, which is crag rock and weedwood sticks. Okay. I think we can handle that. Do we have enough crag rock? And then we'll also need a pestle. No, we'll need more crag rock. But we can get more with a purifier. Okay, at the very least we can make a little bit of this stuff. So we can make that. And let's... Why is my boat all the way over there now? Okay. Boats are weird. We're gonna head back to the overworld for just a moment. And the reason is, what we're gonna do, one, we're gonna probably have to sleep, because I'm gonna bet that it's night. But what we're gonna do is we are going to grab all of the Betweenlands things, specifically the purifier, so that we can do a lot of the work in the Betweenlands. Because why not? I'm also going to grab my normal gear, and we'll start using that as well. So hopefully we don't blow up or anything. I don't know why it does that. So let's grab our normal gear, including the hammer, and we're going to put this stuff in here. And let's grab the purifier and anything, and grab some more between stone stuff. we'll grab a bunch of stuff that we don't really care about right now using. So let's head back. That's it. And unfortunately, we're going to have to do some manual work, getting more planks so we can get chests and all that kind of stuff. But we're just going to spend some time, probably the next couple of episodes in the Betweenlands, just doing work, getting whatever we can done. And I will try to get some work done with immersive engineering in the overworld at the same time. Okay, we're going to do something. Okay, so this would be the exit we want to take. We just want to kind of signify that a little bit. The other thing I was going to look for, and I forgot, we're going to want a door to our treehouse, because this is technically a treehouse. So what can we use this for? Looks like we need to chop it into planks. Alright, so let's grab our chests, and we'll have storage down here. Did I get an extra chest somehow? Are these all real? Okay. Let's go ahead and store, let's see. We'll want, ores and resources in one, and then we'll have blocks in the other. And this stuff we'll go ahead and place. We have the purifier. We have the mortar. And we'll probably want to take the crafting bench down there at some point as well. And then this will be like blocks. We'll keep the sticks on us for now. And we have the dual furnace that we can place right there. So tools and basically everything. Sticks we can put in here. Alright. So chopping block. And crafting table can go over here. So we're gonna put that there. Alright, cool. So let's go ahead and deal with most of this stuff. So what we need to do, one, I want to get some more planks. So we'll have to do this real quick. And this is super easy, super quick. Then we can make another chest and put it there. Can I make a door? I'm sure I can. Yeah. So let's get one more piece of weedwood chopped up. And we can make some doors. Cool. So now we have something that more resembles a home. We'll want to get weedwood log. That'll work. It's fine. Alright, cool. So we can do stuff up here if we want to. But more importantly, we're just going to come down here and do work. So what we need to do is get limestone flux. So we need a pestle, so we need crag rock. And to get that, we just need to purify with some swamp water. If I just dump that. Nope. That is our little cave. I hate you guys. Let's just do that. Yeah, sometimes the food rots that we get. Sometimes we get rotten food, I guess. Swamp water. Cool. You know what? Let's take this stuff upstairs. The reason being is because, especially the purifier, it's going to be a lot easier to use up here. What is that? Oh, silt. So purifier. And then the mortar. Alright, so we need some more swamp water. How much can we fill this up with? Looks like about 4 buckets. Okay. And then we're going to need some sulfur and the crag rock. So in order to get the pestle, we need 2 crag rock. And we have mossy crag rock bottom. And then we're going to need some sulfur. And that should be fine. So let's go get some more sulfur and some limestone. So unfortunately, we have to go back into the cave, which is terrifying. I need to mark the cave entrance as well. It's right here. That should work. If I just do something like this. And let's light a couple things more. Get a couple things a little bit brighter. So we found some limestone. It's just going to be a matter of figuring out where that limestone was. We have some sulfur here that we'll want to go ahead and grab as well. So nothing too major with that. Now I just got to remember where the limestone was. And I think if we go this way, Swamp Hag. And so they are the Moni dudes. The things telling us to die are the really bad dudes, the rights. I think it's just further this way. Ah! I legitimately jumped. Okay. There's some limestone. Let's get some limestone. Now this is a decorative block as well as being useful. So let's just grab a good bit of it. I'm not going to build or anything with it because I'm not coming to get this stuff. It's found in the caves. But octane, more sulfur. I don't think too much can like outright kill us, or at least instantly, which is nice. Also, it would seem like most of the ore generation down here is pretty standard. Sulfur is very much coal. For all I know, it actually uses the same. That's so weird. We don't get anything for that, but I wanted to break it anyways. Sulfur generates a lot like coal, it would seem, which is nice to see. Whereas the other things are a little bit more like iron, although there is more of them. So we get a little bit more in general. So just work our way upwards. Grab some more of this stuff. And unfortunately, one, this is new territory. One of the things I've been looking for, I haven't found. We might need to go lower. They also just might be rare. Okay. This is not the correct way. This is. Okay. And there is our exit out of here. Oh boy, I do not like the cabins. They're so creepy. This mod is just creepy. And it's not like a bad creepy. Like, I'm not, you know, disliking playing it type of creepy. It's more of, as I do things creep me out and scare me. Okay, so we have a limestone. We need the Limestone Flux, which is what we got the crag rock for. So we need a stick and 2 crag rocks. That will give us the pestle, which we can then use in here. Place pestle and mortar. And then how do? Left click. There we go. And we have the Limestone Flux. Now, if we put this in there, oh, that's all we had to do. Cool, and that's the advancement freebies. So it looks like everything with Craftsman is done. Farmer, we'll worry about that later. Fighter, knock back 3 swamp hags in a row with a Skymar shield. Wear an amulet. Use all arrow types. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Harvest ingredients using your sickle. We'll look into that stuff later. Enter the Pitstone Caves. Alright, we need to go farther to do anything with that. Survivalists, set peat on fire. Coat stuff. Okay. And then adventurer, we need to find stuff. So, I will tell you guys what. Let's go ahead and let's get some of this Skymarite cooked up. Now, I don't know how much sulfur requires like for each smelt, but let's get at least 1 ingot. And let's head back to the overworld. And some of the advancements we'll kind of look into later. That was a bunch of silk crabs, and they're like all after me now. So let's leave. And we should be able to make the I guess I wasn't in the portal. We should be able to make the Excavation Modifier now. And we'll go ahead and do that. And then next time, we'll head back into the Betweenlands so that we can go search for some stuff. We're going to just go take a swim, basically, and see what we can find. We're going to explore. And it should be fun. So let's sleep, first of all. And then we'll come back after that and start getting into oil and plastics and all the fun immersive engineering stuff. So that's kind of the plan. So we should be able to just go up to a crafting table and make the Excavate Modifiers. Cool. So that was a advancement right there. There's nothing else with that. So I don't really plan on using these, all things considered, but I'm not entirely sure how to use them. I think we add them to a tool. And it looks like it has charges or something. I'm not entirely sure. But not too worried about that right now. So that is going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And like I said, next time we're going to spend a little bit more time in the Betweenlands. And I'm going to work off camera. I might go Twilight Forest. I don't know if I will or not. And then I will hopefully work a little bit more on the windmill building so we can start moving immersive engineering stuff over there. So that's the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!